Today we're looking at the top 5 RC crawlers that you can buy for less than $100. Now there's lots of cheap RCs out there, some really aren't worth your money, but today I'm going to give you my top 5 picks. So coming in at number 5, we've got the WPL C24. Now you can get different flavors of these. You've got like the C14, the C24. You've got my favorite, which is the C24-1. You can pick these things up sometimes from as little as $25 on AliExpress. I generally find it's cheaper to buy them from like AliExpress and Banggood than it is to buy them direct from WPL. You've also got like a B16, a B36 if you prefer more of a truck style. Again, they're a little bit more expensive, but still on the cheap side. I actually prefer the older models like the C24-1 over their newer models. I actually find them more reliable, and I think the build quality is actually better on their older stuff than it is on their newer stuff. Now with these cheap rigs, you know, it's all plastic. You do get a hard body, you do have LED lights, they are proportional steering and throttle. The shocks are just friction shocks, you know, they're not the best. They are super cheap, but really good if you want something to mess around with, or maybe you just want a little crawler for your kids just to kind of tag along with you on the trail. They are upgradable, you know, you can buy metal kits, there's loads of upgrades online. And for a 1/16 scale rig, you know, they're actually pretty decent for how little money you pay for them. I mean, you'd struggle to find a toy in a toy shop that will run as well as these for the same amount of money. Coming in at number 4, we got the MN82. Now, these ones are 1/12 scale. They're only about $5–10 more expensive. You can pick them up generally for like $35 to $40, again, on like AliExpress and Banggood. Now, with this one, you actually get a fully licensed LC79 Land Cruiser hardbody, which, considering how cheap they are, it's crazy how it is actually a fully licensed hardbody. Again, you've got LED lights, you've got proportional steering and throttle. It is still just friction shocks. They do have an opening tailgate, which is pretty cool, but the doors don't open, but they do have a full scale interior, which is pretty nice. Although the difference in price is really small between like an MN82 and a WPL C24, in my opinion, you're getting a lot more for your money with the MN82. You know, one is bigger at a 1/12 scale instead of a 1/16. They do perform slightly better than the WPLs, in my opinion. Like the slow speed control is slightly nicer. They actually have like a dual throttle rate where you can effectively, it's like a 2-speed, but like a cheap man's 2-speed. But it does make a little bit of a difference. They are upgradable as well. There's lots of upgrades out there, you know, metal conversions, brushless setups. So if you're looking for a budget crawler, then, you know, it's definitely worth considering. Coming in at number 3, you've got the MN168. This is one of the latest MN model releases. You can pick these up for about $60 again on like AliExpress. Now, for that price difference between the MN82 and the MN168, you know, you do get a lot more for your money, in my opinion. So with the MN168, you've got a fully licensed Range Rover hardbody. Again, it's 1/12 scale. Nice thing about this one is you've got opening doors as well as the opening bonnet. You've got a full scale interior. This one has more LED lights. You've got headlights, you've got indicators, you've got tail lights. You can actually control the lights, so you can turn them on and off. You can change between indicators or hazard lights. Some of the other things that make this one worth the extra money, in my opinion, it actually has portal axles, it's got a metal chassis, it actually has a standalone ESC and receiver, which obviously makes it slightly easier if you're considering upgrade options, whereas the previous ones are all-in-one ESC and receivers, so you're a bit more limited. It actually has oil-filled shocks out of the box, although they're not the best. They are a bit stiff and they tend to stick a lot, but at least you've got oil-filled shocks. The main thing I don't like about this thing is the wheels and tyres. They're oversized, it looks a bit silly and spoils that scale look. And obviously with the portals, you've got quite a bit of arch gap. You know, it is still a nice model. And for $60, you know, a fully licensed hard body Range Rover with an interior, you know, I think it's really good value for money. Again, same upgrades that you can use on the MN82. You know, you can get metal conversion kits for all the links and everything. Again, you can use those brush setups for as little as like $22. Yeah, crazy what upgrades you can do to these things for not a lot of money. Again, if you like a Range Rover, then I would definitely say for $60, it is worth the money, and it is a step up from the MN82. Again, this one has proportional steering throttle. You've got that cheap man's 2-speed with the adjustable dual rate on the button. If you like a Range Rover and you're looking for a budget crawler, it's definitely something worth considering. Coming in at number 2, we've got the FCX24M from FMS. Now, we are jumping up in price a bit, but for that, you're getting much more performance for your money. These ones are currently on sale from FMS for $99, so just creeping in under that $100 budget. But for that, you actually get a fully licensed hardbody. You've got 4 different styles, a D90, a D110, and then my favourites, the Range Rover and the Discovery. Got nice little scale hardbodies, full interiors. They've actually got 2-speed gearboxes. You've got really nice slow speed control from the all-in-one electronics. You've actually got metal gears. These ones are straight axles. You've got LED lights. Yeah, I mean, for the money, these things are really, really nice. If you like a mini crawler, these ones are more of a true 24th scale. I've reviewed each one of these on my channel, and in my opinion, they are one of the best value mini crawlers you can buy, especially for $99. It is just crazy value for money. Performance-wise, comparing this to something like the MN168 and the MN82, it is a completely different ballpark. Although these ones are much smaller, you know, you've got really nice slow speed control, you've got oil-filled shocks, you've got lovely suspension movement. It's just a completely different driving experience, in my opinion. So for that extra kind of, $39, you are getting a lot more for your money. Now, they are fairly new, but there are upgrades being released by like Endura, RC all-wheel drive, Fair RC. I'm actually going to be doing a build on a couple of them soon on the channel, so if you're interested in seeing that, then make sure you subscribe. I'm hoping FMS actually keep these at $99, because at that price, like an SCX24 just can't compete. Out of all the rigs so far we've covered, this is definitely the best value for money, although I appreciate, you know, it is a step up in price. Coming in at number 1, and I never thought these would be under $100, you've got the FCX24 from FMS. At less than $100, these things are just insane value for money. Now, these are 24th scale, although they're more like an actual 18th scale. You can get different body styles. You've got Unimogs, K5 Blazers, Power Wagons. The Unimogs and the Power Wagons you can get for $89. The K5 Blazer is $99. The Unimog is actually one of my favourites. I've done a build in it on my channel, and they just look absolutely fantastic. Now, they're all hard bodies. They all have 2-speed gearboxes. They all have LED lights. They've all got amazing slow speed control from the all-in-one electronics. Some of the best slow speed control for any mini crawler on the market, in my opinion, before you go brushless. They're waterproof, they got portal axles, absolutely fantastic. If you like a mini crawler and you're looking for something that is amazing value for money, I mean, at this current price, you cannot go wrong. I mean, if you compare this, I appreciate it's more expensive, but if you compare this to like the MN168, although they're smaller, the difference in performance is night and day. You know, it's like you've gone from like a toy grade RC to a full hobby grade RC. Yeah, I mean, absolutely brilliant rigs. The FCX24, in my opinion, is one of the best mini crawlers you can buy. Not just good value for money, but actually amazing performance out of the box. Chuck a set of like Endura brass wheels in it and some different tyres, and these things are just absolutely fantastic at crawling. You know, I honestly did not think you would see a time when they were this cheap. It is a crazy sale from FMS. They've had this sale going all December. It's now going into the end of year sale, so it's still going to be running into the new year. I'm hoping they keep this sale running for a while because, yeah, it's just amazing value for money. There is absolutely loads of upgrades to these things. They've been around for a while. You know, you can change all of the links, the drive shafts, the shocks. You can put brushless systems in them if you want to. Yeah, absolutely fantastic crawlers. I've got loads of videos on my channel of them crawling, upgrade videos, tire tests and everything. Yeah, one of my favorite mini crawlers. Definitely worth $89 to $99 and definitely deserving of being on the number 1 spot on this best RC crawlers for under $100. I've got individual reviews of each one of the rigs featured in this video, so if you're interested in getting more information on them, then check out my reviews playlist. I'll also put links in the description to where you can buy them from, or you can check out the Linktree link in my bio, which generally has all of the RCs available that I've featured on my channel. If you're considering buying your first crawler or just looking for a budget crawler, I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, give us a like. Drop me a comment if you've got any questions. Thanks very much for watching, and we will see you on the next one.